Tutorial for PoS application version 2.4 for Aadhaar Enable State. The Department of Fertilizers is implementing direct benefit transfer project for fertilizer subsidy payments with a view to improve fertilizer service delivery to the farmers. The point of sale device or PoS device play an important role in implementation of the DBT project, and the sale of fertilizers will be done by retailers to farmers only through PoS devices. This documentary gives a detailed account on the use of PoS device. This video tutorial is for use only for the Aadhaar Enable State. Turn on the PoS device by pressing the on-off button to switch on the PoS device. After switching on the PoS device, the screen will display the version of the DBT software installed in the device. It is recommended to all retailers to check at this stage whether the DBT software version is 2.1 or above. 2.4 for users of version below 2.4, update the PoS machine with the latest DBT software. Till doesn't update, you click on the update button at the home screen to get the PoS device automatically upgraded to the current version. If this also doesn't work, user can use a pen drive to manually update the DBT software to the latest version. The DBT software is available within the company's login on mffms.nic.in portal. Important note, DBT software installation and registration of a retailer is a one-time activity. The first time the PoS device is switched on, user registration screen will appear. This is a one-time registration to be done by the retailer to start use of the PoS device. The retailer or dealer will feed in the details as asked. Retailer will have to feed the 6-digit user ID and 4-digit PIN code as provided by the company. Click on Next button. On success, a button would appear. User can click on the success button and another screen will appear. Automatically, the agency name and mobile number as already available in the database of Fertilizer Ministry will appear. The user will feed the Aadhaar number. Click on Authenticate button. Herein, a consent form would be shown to the retailer for which he has to read it and give a consent to allow this PoS software of Department of Fertilizer to capture his Aadhaar number. At the bottom, user clicks on the Agree button to give his consent. The device would ask the retailer to place his finger on the scanner. Once the finger is placed, you press on OK. The registration process is completed. The welcome screen is available on PoS device. Click on Welcome to DBT in Fertilizer icon option. Once registered, the user will have to log into the system to start operating the PoS device. To log in, on the login screen, a retailer will have to log in with the credentials provided every time to initiate the fertilizer sale transactions through the PoS device. The retailer will feed the 6-digit user ID and 4-digit PIN code, enter his Aadhaar number each time to begin use of the PoS device. Herein, again a consent form will appear for the user to agree. User clicks on Agree button. The device prompts the user to place his finger on the scanner. On successful scan, an OK button would appear. You click on OK to complete the process. And the screen moves further. On successful login, the next screen will show two tabs. That is User Menu and Admin Menu. User Menu. The user menu is divided into 5 sub-modules, which are Sale of Fertilizer, Receipt of Acknowledgement, Initial Stock Reporting, Modify Bill, Reports. Initial Stock Reporting. Initial stock reporting, a one-time measure, is very critical in the whole process of sale of fertilizers, as subsequent reports depends on it, and user cannot change this data once saved. The process of initial stock reporting is as follows. Click on Initial Stock Reporting icon option. Two tabs will appear: Initial Stock Reporting Add stock for more products. Click on Initial Stock Reporting tab. User will feed the existing product-wise stock available physically at the concerned retailer and feed in the stock quantity available. Make sure this is the quantity available with the retailer as on date. Once the data is fed, click on Submit icon button. Please wait for some time. The success tab will appear. Press on Success icon option to complete the process. For reference, the retailer may print the updated opening stock receipt for his reference. Note, this initial stock reporting will be a one-time activity. Once saved, it cannot be updated. So, ensure this is done carefully and under supervision of the block or district agriculture officer. Add stock for more products. This option is available to add stock to your existing stock entered within the PoS device. User clicks on Add Stock for More Products tab. A new screen will appear. One has to select the company name, the plant name, the product name, and the quantity of the fertilizer, and click on OK button to feed the details accordingly. Once fed, this would add the details to the existing stock. Again, the retailer may print the updated stock receipt from the PoS device for his reference. Receipt acknowledgement. This module will be used by retailers to acknowledge subsequent purchases in the PoS device. The process of acknowledgement is as follows. Click on Receipt Acknowledgement option. A new screen will appear on the device. Here, two tabs would be available. One, Acknowledgement of Receipts prior to RO module, and Acknowledgement of RO module receipts. Acknowledgement of receipt prior to RO module. This link is available to acknowledge all the dispatches entered through IFMS portal and received before RO module is launched. User clicks on Acknowledgement of Receipt prior to RO module option. Herein, user has to enter the receipt details, the quantity of fertilizers he received, and click on Submit button. User would receive a success option and he clicks on Success to complete the whole process. Acknowledgement of RO module receipts. This module is useful for acknowledging all the receipts or dispatches received at the retailer end via RO module. For any dispatch done through RO module, the retailer will receive a copy of a challan with the dispatch ID. To add and acknowledge receiving of this stock to his PoS device, user follows the following process. Click on Acknowledgement of RO module receipts option. A new screen will appear and the retailer would be asked to enter the dispatch ID in the text box. The same dispatch ID is available on the copy of challan given to him. This copy would be brought by the vehicle driver, whosoever is delivering the particular dispatch to him. Retailer feeds in the dispatch ID in the text box, clicks on Fetch button. On successful fetch, the balance quantity and receipt quantity will be displayed to the retailer. To acknowledge the same, he has to click on Submit and a Success button will appear. It is on success, the stock would be added to his stock value in the PoS device. Sale of fertilizer. This module is used for selling fertilizers by using Aadhaar card number and biometric authentication of the buyer. Click on Sale of Fertilizer icon. The screen will pop up a new window. Screen will pop up a message asking, does the buyer has an Aadhaar? If yes, click on Yes option. Feed the farmer's Aadhaar card number. Click on Authenticate icon option. The farmer will now have to place his finger on the scanner. Click OK to initiate verification of the Aadhaar number entered. If the buyer does not have Aadhaar, he clicks on no button. In the next screen, the retailer will have to enter the buyer's name, ask him for his Aadhaar enrollment ID and enter the same if available. If not, the user will have to enroll for Aadhaar and bring the Aadhaar enrollment number. Along with it, he should bring along his EPIC card or KCC card. If the farmer has the Aadhaar enrollment number, the Aadhaar enrollment number is entered. Then the second identification card, EPIC or KCC, if available, the number of the same is captured, and the retailer will now have to match the photo on the EPIC or KCC card with the farmer in front of him. If the photo matches, he confirms the buyer by selecting yes and clicks on next button to proceed. If not, the retailer asks the farmer to bring his own ID. On successful authentication of Aadhaar, the next screen will appear. Herein, a yellow colored tab with recommended quantity written over it will appear. The retailer can click on the recommended quantity to get the recommended fertilizer for this particular buyer or farmer who has just now authenticated with his ID of Aadhaar. This recommended quantity of fertilizer is from the soil health card database, which is linked to this farmer's Aadhaar card number. If the data is not available, you can suggest the farmer to get his Aadhaar card number linked with the soil health card data. The recommendation against land holding is shown by geared option. The recommendation against land holding as per soil health card data will be shown. Herein, a consent form would be shown to the retailer, for which he has to read it and give a consent to allow this PoS software of Department of Fertilizer to capture his Aadhaar number. The retailer will now enter, as required by the farmer, details of the fertilizer required by him. The product's name will be listed. The retailer will now enter the quantity which is required by the farmer. Select the unit as 50 kg bag or an empty or 25 kg bag and enters the price against the product he wishes to buy. On successful completion of the details of product intended to be bought, click on Submit button. On successful submit, a success button will appear. Click on Success button to complete the transaction. The retailer will now get two receipts. One, a copy for himself, and another, a copy for the customer, that is to be given to the farmer. This is the cash receipt. You can take the print by clicking on OK button. Modify bill. This module will be used in case of cancellation or deletion of sale transaction. Click on Modify Bill icon option. New screen will give you two options on the screen: modify today's bill, cancel today's receipt. The retailer will click on Modify today's bill. A new screen will appear on device. The screen will ask whether the buyer has an Aadhaar number or not. If yes, the user will have to provide the Aadhaar number of the farmer and proceed authentication by placing the finger of the farmer on the PoS device to modify the bill. If the farmer has the Aadhaar number, the Aadhaar number is entered, his finger is placed on the scanner to authenticate, and on successful authentication, a OK button would appear and a success button will appear on successful authentication. Again, the consent form will appear for the farmer to give his consent to capture Aadhaar by the PoS device. The next screen will show the invoice numbers which has been generated in today's account. the farmer's name, and the quantity of fertilizer bought by that particular farmer. To modify the bill, the retailer will select the concerned invoice number, cancel today's receipt. This module will be used in case of the cancellation of fertilizer receipts. The following process will be followed by the retailer. He clicks on Cancel Today's Receipts option. Select the invoice number of the receipts done during the day. Clicks on Submit button. Note, cancellation of receipts is only allowed for receipts generated on current date, that is between 12 AM to 11:59 PM. This will facilitate stock recorded on real-time basis. Generating reports module. This module will help the user to generate the following types of reports related to stock, sale, and receipts at the retailer end. The 4 reports available are fertilizer stock report, fertilizer sale report, fertilizer receipt report, print bill in duplicate. Fertilizer stock report. Retailer may click this module to generate the fertilizer stocks available as on from date and to date. May click this module to generate fertilizer stock report between a particular date. He can get an as on day report as well as an old dated report by selecting the from and to date from the option given. Please note, the stock report will be available for a duration of 1 month only. Fertilizer sale report. This option will be helpful in generating report to provide the record of sale of fertilizer done by a retailer during the day. To get this report, the retailer clicks on fertilizer sale report option. On this, 2 options would appear: today's transaction, or to get a previous day's transaction, an option to select the from and to date to get the necessary. Today's transaction. The retailer clicks on today's transaction icon. This would automatically give him a printout from the PoS device for the record of sale done during the day. This report will show company, product wise, and quantity in empty details available. The retailer can get a previous day's sale report also. He has to enter the date between which he wants to get the sale report, enters the from and to date, clicks on submit button, and the PoS device gives a printout of the sale report. Fertilizer received report. Fertilizer received report icon will be used to generate report on fertilizers received at the retailer end. For the same, the retailer will click on fertilizer received report. The PoS device will print out the fertilizer received report. The report shows the details product wise, plant wise, receiving date, and the quantity of fertilizers in empty. Print bill in duplicate. If a farmer requests for another copy of a bill, the retailer can go through this module, click on print bill in duplicate option. A new screen will appear. He has to select the invoice number for which he wants to generate a duplicate bill. Clicks on submit, and another copy of the invoice of a transaction done will be generated by the PoS device. This copy may be used for the purpose required. Admin module. This module is to manage the user or retailer account and for maintaining PoS device settings. The options available under this module are device details, maintenance, update app, device details. On clicking on this button, the details of the device, hardware and software will be shown to the retailer. Click on back button. Maintenance. Under maintenance tab, there are 4 options: add user, delete user, add company, add MRP to product. Add user. Once the retailer is registered with a PoS device, he or she can add assistants to his username for operation of multiple PoS devices at his particular shop. Click on Add User icon option, feed username, mobile phone number of the user, Aadhaar number of the new user. Click on Authenticate option. Herein, the new user will be required to place his finger on the scanner to authenticate his user creation. Again, the PoS device will show the consent form for him to agree for capturing his Aadhaar details. On successful agreeing, the authentication process starts, and on success, the user is added to the PoS device. Delete user. If the user or retailer wants to delete any additional users under his or her user ID or PIN, this module will be available for the same. Click on Delete User button. Select username of the user to be deleted. Click on Delete option. On successful deletion, the success button appears. Click on Success to complete the transaction. Add company, plant, product. If a new fertilizer product arrives at the retailer end and he wants to add that particular product to his PoS device, the retailer will use this module to do the same. Click on Add Company Plant Product option. A new screen will appear on the PoS device. The retailer will click on Add Company Name, select the plant name, the product name, and clicks on Submit to successfully add that product to his PoS device. Update app. This module will be used by the retailer to update the PoS software. There are regular updates provided by Department of Fertilizers by adding new functionalities to the PoS device software. On announcement of the same, the retailer will be required to click on this button to manually update his system from the existing version to an upgraded version. Thank you for watching this video. This video is made by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Department of Fertilizers, Government of India. Our address for contact via email is dbtcell-fert@gov.in. To visit our website, enter the URL mfms.nic.in.